Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be addressing the rumors that have been floating around about Meri Brown.
Yes.
Is she dating a woman? Is she? Because we have been seeing this floating around for a while, and we wanted to come and give you guys our honest opinions, and you guys can, of course, come back. But before we get into all of that juicy stuff, it's Meri.
And Alma.
Give my chance to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, you all, because, listen, there was a TikToker that I saw that did a video on this, where she basically was talking about Meri, who had a friend. Meri had written a very heartfelt, long letter or Instagram post about this friend. And I guess some people have been saying that, oh, is Meri gay and all this stuff, questioning her. So she actually ended up taking down the post.
I don't think Meri is gay. Or, well, I guess you call her lesbian. I actually don't think she is.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like if she was a lesbian, she would have been by now. I don't think Meri is a lesbian at all. I don't get that vibe from her at all.
Yeah.
I just don't. And, it's just sad this day, like in this day and age, that you can't write a heartfelt thank you to someone of the same gender without people thinking that, oh, you must be a lesbian. Like, why can't she just write something beautiful about her friend?
Yeah.
It's like people just run with stuff that's not even true. I'm not going to believe it until Meri comes out and says, yes, I am a lesbian. But I don't think she will, because I actually don't think she is.
Yeah.
I actually don't think there's nothing that Meri has done that makes me think she is. She was catfished. She was deceived by a woman.
I think that's why they probably are running with the rumor, because they're like, well, you were dating a woman. I mean,
she wasn't dating a woman
it was
knowingly.
a man that she thought.
Yeah, she wasn't dating a woman knowingly. This was someone who deceived her.
Yeah.
Put a man's picture there, right?
Yeah.
To hide and knowing, like, she deceived her.
Well, no, she was
knowing
vulnerable.
that once she's vulnerable, she knows that she doesn't roll that way.
Hello.
Because if you thought that she was a lesbian, you would have just shown yourself and said, hey, you know something, I really like you. I know I'm also a woman, but, I really like you.
Or whatever,
and I kind of feel as though you also like women or something. But she didn't do that because she knew that Meri was not a lesbian. So she went ahead and catfished her, deceived her.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make her that. But it's just so annoying that in this day and age you cannot just write something to the same
sex,
sex, gender, and say, hey, I really appreciate you. You've been there for me, blah, blah, blah.
I think I
remember when I was crying in my bed and you were there for me, or whatever. Like, and then people just make it seem, and then, the other thing that you can't do these days, apparently, you can't help people. Because if you do, and if it's to someone of the opposite sex, people are going to start thinking that, oh, you're trying to groom them for something.
Oh, like, what?
Like, I mean, just the way the world is going, I think we're all so suspicious. It's
no,
like,
I don't even think that. What I think it is, I think it's probably the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is so in everybody's business, suspicious. Like their sexual business as well.
Like, and the reason why I brought that particular situation up is because I saw like I said, I'm not a Jim Bob fan, right? I never have been. But he has a history of apparently helping single moms to like move to Arkansas or help them move. He gives them his phone number, like if you have problems with your son or whatever, you need a male figure, call me or whatever, and now it's like people are trying to say, oh, he has been trying to groom these children. What if he was just trying to help the moms? Just trying to offer himself as a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember when I was a single mom, I had several men. And these are people I did not even know. The guy who came and used to come and help with the plumbing.
Yeah.
I called a plumbing company, and this guy will show up all the time. He will be the one. They had a whole bunch of plumbers, but he will be the one that continued to show up at the house, right? And I remember him, and this guy was not even African. he was Caucasian.
Yeah.
Right? So, because sometimes when you have people of different races, you can be like suspicious.
Right.
Maybe you'll be suspicious. People will be suspicious. Well, why is he always coming around?
Yeah.
But he will come around, and then as he's leaving, he'll say, oh, that wiring looks like this, or whatever. Like, he will try to help. Or when he'll leave the house, he'll see the lawn. And was like, oh, your lawn needs mowing. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we do. At the time, I had like a push mower. So he said, well, where's the push mower? And so I go and I said, yeah, I usually do this. He says, well, your son can help you. And then I had like my little son, right?
Yeah.
And because he actually used to, when the plumber will come, he'll follow this plumber around. Yeah. He was kind of acting like the protector of us. Even though he was young. And so he said, hey, come, let me show you how to use this thing. Yeah. And he'll be there with, my son, showing him how to do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had another guy who came to the house to fix the roof.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, like, hey, telling him, let me show you how to, you want to go up there with me? Like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I never looked at it as these men are grooming my son because they want to molest him. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like we're so effing suspicious now.
But I mean,
and it's not that I'm trying to. There are people like that who go out of their way to do some effed up stuff. But we are so suspicious. Like, I think about, what I think about?
I think people are suspicious, though, it's really the culture. I mean, there's a so lot of violence. You can't really trust a lot of people in America, if we're being honest.
But we're losing our humanity. Like, we're losing our naivety. We're losing that innocence of just trusting people. Just trusting people,
I think it
take
depends on
people
where you
at
live.
face value until they give you a reason not to. That's how I feel. Like, that's how I live my life.
I mean, that would be nice. It would be lovely. But let's be realistic. When I came here to Tanzania or whatever, I go around with my purse. Right. Everywhere I go. Right. Even when I go to the beach and I want to go hop in the water, I'm with my purse. Right. So much so that my phone got issues till today because I was at Mbudia Island and plopped in the water because somebody was like, oh, just leave your bag. I'm like, oh, hell no, I ain't leaving my bag. What you mean leave my bag? Leave my bag.
Sometimes you did, right?
No,
sometimes
no.
You say buried it in the sand.
No, like I had a friend. What he would do is he would create like a little sand dome, and then he would put my purse on top of it. So like when the water comes back to like the surface, we can see where the bag is or whatever, right? But but the thing is, I trusted him, so I would put it there. But I trusted him, but I didn't trust him like 100%. Like it's probably like 60%. But I will always look for my bag. Yeah. So even when they're like, oh, just leave your bag around, they'll be like, oh, just trust or whatever. No worry, nobody's gonna touch your bag. And I believe that they won't. But because I've grown up in America, in that culture, I'm like, ain't no way in hell. I got my money, true. I got my phone, I got my Wi-Fi router. Yeah. You have? I'm not doing that.
Because even our dada was telling us, right? You
can't help but be suspicious.
She said, Mom, I was talking, and I was just telling some of my people, we were laughing. She said the last time when your daughter, because usually you have someone who we know who comes and picks you up, right, on his motorcycle, right?
Yeah,
so we know him and all that. But then there was this time where it was someone different because the guy we usually use was not available.
Right.
And I remember, and she says, I was telling them, and Mama is like, you have his number? You know where he's going? Like, do you have the number, the address, right? And she's like, and then even when sometimes I say, oh, I know someone, I just give him money, and then he can go get you grocery, whatever, and come back. They're like, did you know him? She's like, but that's with anybody. Even when we don't know them, we can give them money, say, go get us XYZ, and we expect them to come back. But you're right. It's because of that. Even though I'm not, like people know I was born in Ghana, right? But I have lived in America most of my life. Right. And just that mentality, even though I'm here back in the continent, I'm like, wait a minute. I need phone numbers. I need people's address. I need to know these people. I gotta go to their homes and see what's up.
I remember that.
So yeah, even I am guilty of it sometimes.
But that's how it is.
It still upsets me.
But you have to actively work on it. But also the thing is, you have to be in a community where You have to be in a space where it nurtures that, where you don't have to feel, like you can't trust the people. So I mean, me coming from America to Tanzania, I'm still like suspicious. Like, I mean, I use the same Buddha guy. I'm like, oh, he knows but really because I know him and he knows where I live. I don't want to be giving my address to several different Buddha guys. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess I have to give you that example. Okay, I can say
we're hypocrites.
That's what it is. Come out there like, oh, okay. I also do remember when I was suspicious. Yeah, but I feel like, and I think we talked about that the other day too, where you were saying we need to try to keep our innocence, our naivete a little bit when it comes to people, because until they give you a reason, I don't.
It's the PTSD. I think that's what it is.
But the one thing I actually don't like to do is to accuse people of some big stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So things like when you say stuff like this person is trying to groom people for molestation, that's a huge accusation. Yeah, right? That huge. Can totally derail somebody. They can totally F them up completely. Their lives and all that. The same thing for me to come say Meri is a lesbian. Like,
no,
that messes her up. Like, what if she needs to now she wants to find a man after all thinking she's a lesbian?
No, but I just want to play the reason why. Anyway, but we wanted to address it, right? Yeah. But I just want to just rock with me.
Yeah.
But the reason why I can see somebody would say that, not that I believe Meri's gay, because I actually don't believe she is. She doesn't give me those vibes. Yeah. But I can tell you maybe one of three things. One, maybe because her daughter has been in the life, maybe she, especially if they have been close or whatever, maybe she's been around those people or whatever, right? Two, because also I see,
can I just say that? I think she's just supporting the daughter because that is her daughter.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if Meri was, this is probably why.
Oh, okay.
Second reason I would say
proximity?
is because a lot of the times, I have seen this on so many shows, women get dogged out by men, and they're basically like, F men. I'm going to women. I have seen it so many times.
That happened to my girlfriend. I talked about that before. Yeah, that has happened.
So many times. Yeah. And this Meri, who is always red as a cherry tomato and looks like she always on the brink of tears, I can see her swinging the other side.
And
if anything.
F men.
Yeah, I can see that. And then three, I would probably say maybe... I could say maybe it's a little bit attributed maybe to the catfish thing. But I want to say I actually do not believe Meri is gay. I feel like she's a woman who actually wants a man.
I think
like she wants somebody who will love her, care for her, who will protect her, who will watch her heart. I don't see her being in a lesbian relationship. She just doesn't give me those vibes.
Yeah. And I think that right now...
Even Janelle don't give me those vibes. Even though she's a man up here, none of them.
No, none of them give me those vibes. And also,
the only way I can see Meri going that way is if she's so broken by Cody and she's just like, I can't be with a man anymore. But she wasn't that supportive when it's not a lifestyle that she has been for. Yeah. So even when Leon first admitted that, she was like, not on board with that. Yes, Robin jumped up and Janelle to hug, but Christine, Meri, and Cody stayed sitting down for a while. The only people with logical sense.
Well, at that time, it was like
Rob was being so fake.
It was logical to us because it was like, we know that you guys and the group that you're in do not support this lifestyle. So it was kind of like, how is Robin and Janelle? That's why it seemed fake to us too.
Yeah, it seemed really fake because one, we already know that Robin probably does not even want to be in that lifestyle, right?
Well, she doesn't even allow her children to be around Gwen or Leon at all.
And then also, I believe with Janelle, she's kind of hands off. Like, this is your child. I want to support you. She's like that aunt. You know what I'm saying?
Even with her own children.
Exactly. She's like an aunt. Like, she's not like a mom. She's like the fun, cool aunt who gives you money.
Yeah. Like, whatever you're doing, I'm going to support you and hug you through because I know I'm not usually here anyway.
Yeah, but the people who are more like hands-on parents were kind of like, well, what's going on really? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just our opinion on the whole thing. We are debunking it. We don't believe it. But if you do believe it, just let us know. Yeah. Why below? This is an open space where we can all give our opinions in a loving, respectful manner. But it is Meri
and Anna
signing off, you guys. We invite you guys to like.
Look at those butterflies. It's like 3 of them.
I know.
All together fly. Oh, these beautiful black butterflies are so beautiful.
Oh, there's that bird again. That bird with the really extra long tail. I'll probably try to record a video and put it at the back end of this so you guys can see.
Do you hear the birds? Oh, it's like we're in paradise.
Oh, if you guys want like was it like videos about sounds? You know those videos, those videos that has just like sounds
so
like rain sounds or whatever. If you guys want those, comment down below as well.
Yeah, we already have some on our videos.
Yeah, but we invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below.